Guys, I gotta be honest with you. I'm tired. Now guys, to be honest, let's have real talk. I'm not tired of making videos, but the short Become Human is long. And it took a lot out of me. I don't know if I can keep doing those. I'm totally messing with you. Of course I can keep doing those videos. I love making this stuff for y'all, but there's a few things I wanted to address before we start this video. Number one, that's just one of the many things we're gonna be doing on the channel, is gaming. Number two, we're gonna be making photography and videography tips. Me and my wife are starting our own business for video and photo. It's gonna be fantastic. And then also, tech reviews and talking about tech world. So you can expect me to come out soon with one of those videos about the new Apple announcements they just made, because I freaking love a lot of the Apple products that came out. That's kind of the background of why we're gonna start doing videos like this. Yeah, let's get the video started. Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about the 5 tips for beginning photographers. I'm going to give you 5 tips, very practical in nature. I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds about what everything means quite yet. There are going to be links in the description for all the products I mentioned today. So let's kick it, let's get it started. The first tip is that you shouldn't worry about dropping thousands of dollars on a camera. It's really not that important as a beginner in photography to, number one, just spend thousands of dollars on a new camera. Like, we all love really cool gear. I'm personally shooting this on a Sony a6400, but would I recommend this camera to a beginner? No. This camera is a lot of money. I don't think starting off you should do that. Number one, you should start off by figuring out if you even like this, but you shouldn't spend $1,000 on a camera. You could, though, get something called a point and shoot. Now there are a couple different camera types, but for the purpose of this video, I'm not gonna go into them, but I will tell you what a point and shoot is. So there are 2 big types. There are cameras in which the lens doesn't come off the camera, and one that has the lenses that go on the camera to come off the camera. The one that I say you should start off with is a point and shoot. It doesn't have all these big fancy features, but it usually has enough for you to be able to start off with and figure out what you like to take pictures of, the kind of photography that you like. The camera I highly recommend is the Canon PowerShot G9X Mark II. It is a great starting point and shoot camera. It's only under $500 too. As always, the link is in the description for that as well. But my first camera was a Canon PowerShot, and it was an amazing camera. I took some really good photos with it. Back when I was in high school, I took a missions trip to Honduras, in which we used it there. I took this amazing picture. I'm gonna put it right here for you guys to see. This amazing picture, really easy to set up. I took it within seconds, and it is still one of my favorite pictures to this day. One of the best pictures I've ever taken. That was my first camera, a Canon PowerShot. Highly recommend it. Try and look, if you don't really like the Canon, when you look at it, I highly recommend it, but if you don't like it, I would highly recommend looking into maybe Nikon or Fujifilm as well. Fujifilm is really cheap for the price point that you can get into it. So just keep the starting cost low, because then you're more likely to go into it, because you're actually more likely to use your, maybe use your camera, you know. So again, don't go for the $1,000 camera you see at Best Buy. Go for a point and shoot. Make it easy on yourself. It doesn't have to be expensive. Once you figure out the kind of pictures you like, that'll help influence what you actually need as a camera. Point number 2, carry your camera everywhere. I don't care if you're going to work. I don't care if you're going to school. I don't care if you're going to go meet the president. Carry your camera everywhere you go. You never know when a good opportunity is going to present itself to you to take a really cool picture, okay? If you carry your camera everywhere, you're going to be able to take that good picture. And that's the key to really getting better at this. If you're not taking pictures, you're not getting better at it. Go out, take some pictures. Even right now, go for a walk. Like literally, just go for a walk in a park, in your neighborhood, and carry your camera with you. See if there's any pictures that you can take, anything that really catches your eye. Because if you take more pictures, I guarantee you, within a year, you have gone so far in what you personally like to do, and like to take pictures of, and you'll understand what you like to take pictures of, how you like to take pictures, and what kind of style of pictures you like to take. Everyone's different. You can look at like me or a couple other people on YouTube. They all have different styles. All of us have different ways of taking pictures. Find the one that works for you. All that to say, take your camera everywhere and keep taking pictures. Point number 3 is to get and invest in a tripod. Not just a cheap tripod you buy at Walmart. Like legitimately invest in a good tripod. You want something that was built like a tank that'll last, okay? You can go ahead and buy like a $15 tripod at Walmart, but that thing is going to break on you in about 6 months, and you're gonna buy a new one. There's a bunch of them out there that are really expensive, range between $50 to a couple $100. Manfrotto is the one that tends to be recommended a lot. I don't personally really like Manfrotto a lot just because of how expensive they are. I personally like to find different brands. The one that I highly recommend is called Mac-Trim. I know I'm gonna get comments saying I'm mispronouncing it. Anyway, it's a Mac-Trim tripod. The link will be in the description as well. It is built like a tank. It's at a good price point where it's not going to fall apart on you. It's a good tripod. It'll last you a long time. You want that. Another great thing about the matte trim, it can be converted to a monopod. So a tripod is just this, you've probably seen it in pictures and stuff. I'll put it right here. So this is a tripod. It has 3 legs. It has the ability to extend the legs. You can retract the legs. You can move it around. Very simple to use, easy to use, all that stuff. But that is a tripod. A monopod is 1 leg, and you can usually move it wherever you need to. It's super useful. When you're doing videos, monopods are better because a monopod allows you more moving, more versatility, and the ability to move, whereas a tripod is great if you're just taking pictures. You just need to have the ability to stand still and take really good pictures, especially if you're a little more advanced, you know how to take aperture and have longer shutter speeds. It's super helpful when you have to hold really still instead of moving around a lot. So, highly recommend, get a tripod or a monopod. As a beginning photographer, do not go cheap in this area. You will regret it, I promise you, you will. Point number 3, invest in Adobe. And I'm not saying invest in their stock, I mean buy the programs. Or right now you can't really buy the programs, but you can go ahead and get Adobe Creative Cloud. They have some different plans where you can get all the apps or some of the apps. There's one that's super cheap to start off with, it's $10 a month. It's called the Photography Essentials plan. And it's $10 a month and you get Photoshop on Lightroom. These 2 programs are essential to learning how to take amazing, amazing video. I think that when you get Photoshop, right, you get Photoshop on Lightroom. Photoshop is really good for making touch-ups and like if someone has like a blemish on their face or a pimple and it's really unsightly and they, like your client, the people you're taking pictures of, doesn't want to see that pimple in the picture, Photoshop will allow you to remove it. It's called a healing tool. You can remove that blemish from their face and other blemishes in the image and replace it. Whereas Lightroom allows you to change the different settings of the picture. So like you can change how bright something is, how dark something is. You can change the colors in the image. Photoshop can do that, but Lightroom does it better and helps you manage your files. That's important. Learn how to manage your files. But that's why Photoshop and Lightroom are essential. Obviously, you need to know how to compose a picture very well. Picture composition is key. You need to understand how to do that before you go to Photoshop and try to touch things up. But I think that every picture, even the perfect one, needs a little bit of touching up. Needs a little bit of editing. So go ahead and I definitely would say drop the $10 a month, get Photoshop and Lightroom, learn them. Number 5, take some classes. Whether you're in high school, take some high school classes. If you're in college, take some college courses. If you're not in any of those, go find one online. There's millions of courses out there. Some of them are even free to learn photography, learn videography. If you don't have the money or the time to really go to a course and learn all that, go and watch some YouTube videos, right? All I can say is this. The more knowledge that you have, the more that you can implement it in the field, right? Now, of course, some of these classes will teach you like photograph history, video history. Those are cool and all. I say you don't really need to learn photo history. It's really good to understand how the camera works, and that's why they have you learn photo history. But for the essentials, just learn how to take pictures, how to compose pictures. That's called composition. Make sure you know how to make a really well composed picture. Make sure that the class teaches you how to use aperture, how to use shutter speed, how to manage your ISO or your zooms or how the zooms work, focal length, all of that you should be able to learn in class. There's many YouTube videos about this and how to do that. Some of them are in 10 minutes or less even. So I highly recommend those as well. That's it, guys. That is 5 practical tips on how to begin taking photos, how to begin as a photographer, right? My final freebie tip I'm gonna give you all, you can take photos of a lot of different things, right? You can take photos of nature, people, places, cars even. But whatever you do, make sure you enjoy taking those pictures. Find the one niche that you like to take pictures of, and I guarantee you fall in love with this, okay? I'll be honest with y'all, that's all the tips I got. If you're starting off, follow these tips. Go look at some more YouTube videos about this. Don't stop with me. I'm not the final authority here. Go look at some other YouTube videos, see what's out there, see what you like. There are gonna be many more videos like this where I might give you some tutorials about how photography works, how videography works, how to really get into it more in detail. This is simply just 5 beginning tips. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned, guys. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you always get notified of whenever I'm live. And go ahead and smash that like button. Share this with your friends. I love that, guys. We're in this journey together. I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you for being here. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I post a new video. And don't forget to check out these other amazing videos. Be sure to tune in the next video. I'll see y'all there. Peace.